this. Hold on. Come look at this. Yeah, because I don't. Or even.
You're good. It's a tough first.
When she puts the thumbs up, give her a second to talk to them real quick.
Okay.
And
And then just do the lineups.
Yep.
Okay, thumbs up. Go.
Why is it not going down?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Lady Hurricanes Field for tonight's doubleheader game against USC Beaufort. The starting lineups for each team, we'll start with USC Beaufort. Leading off, number 6, Tamaya Whitlock. Batting second, number 4, Darren Miller. Batting third, number 13, J.C. Coleman. Batting cleanup, number 15, Mackenzie Freeman. Batting fifth, number 7, Addie Reynolds. Batting sixth, number 12, Ashlyn Alty. Batting seventh, number 33, Chloe Turner. Batting eighth, number 2, Amber LaCasto. And batting ninth, number 3, Harley Walker. And the starting pitcher for USC Beaufort is number 23, Emily Williams. Now, everybody stand up for your GSW Hurricanes. Leading off, playing left field, number 22, Kimmy Singer.
There you go. Much better, much better.
Batting second, playing shortstop, number 7, Lacey Rutledge.
There you go.
Batting third, playing first base, number 19, Zoe Willis.
Second base shit, I get
Now
It's
batting,
fine.
playing third base, number 0, Caitlin Wood.
You guys messed me up.
Batting fifth, playing first base, number 13, Izzy Marcotte. Number 23, designated player, Natalia Herrera. Batting seventh, the center fielder, Haley Panette. Catching behind the plate tonight, number 28, Morgan Mullen. Playing out in right field, number 1, J.C. Johns. And your starting pitcher, Savannah Bradford. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for our national anthem. My energy there
Sean, what is this? What is this? Am I taking this out?
I think so. I'm not sure. I don't know where that connects to. I don't know.
I'll figure it out. Why is this not?
batting number 6, Tamaya Whitlock.
And a pleasant good afternoon here from Lady Hurricane Stadium on the campus of Georgia Southwestern State University. Doubleheader action in softball today between brand new Peach Belt member University of South Carolina Beaufort, the Sand Sharks, and our GSW Hurricanes. First pitch popped up and fouled behind home plate. Morgan Mullen makes the catch to retire the first batter. Savannah Bradford takes the bump in game 1. Transfer from Gulf Coast Community College. Savannah is a 2-time recipient of the Peach Belt Conference Pitcher of the Week this season and retires the first Sand Shark on 1 pitch. She rocks and fires for a called strike 1. USC Beaufort transitioning from NAIA to the NCAA Division II in the Peach Belt Conference, making their first swing through the PBC. We played them at home last year as a non-conference game. This year, they count the standings of the PBC. Bradford works ahead 0-2 here in the top of the first. And a 3-pitch strikeout for the right-hander, Savannah Bradford. Bradford, we mentioned, 2-time Pitcher of the Week, a 5'7" sophomore, Colquitt, Georgia, and Gulf Coast Community College. She digs in against J.C. Coleman for Beaufort, and Bradford's locked in early, a called strike 1. GSW coming in today with a record of 26-8, 9-3 in Peach Belt play. As Bradford deals, pop behind short. Rutledge can't get it on her way out, and Coleman delivers the first hit of the day for USC Beaufort. We mentioned Beaufort out of South Carolina.
Now batting number 15, Mackenzie Freeman.
They come in today with a 9-25 record, 2-13 in Peach Belt Conference play. And it's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, Mackenzie Freeman. Freeman, a senior infielder from Abbeville, South Carolina, Dixie High School. Swings and misses at Bradford's first offering. Taking a look at the Hurricanes, at third base, Caitlin Wood. Your shortstop, Lacey Rutledge. Second base, Zoe Willis. The first baseman, Izzy Marcotte. Morgan Mullen behind the plate. As Freeman fouls it off for strike 2. And the traditional outfield for the Hurricanes, Singer, Johns, and Panette will be patrolling center field. Lady Hurricanes under the direction of Nikki Levering in her 6th season. Came over from South Georgia State College, her assistant Madison Reagan. Some good Hurricane news this week. Both Caitlin Wood and Zoe Willis on the watch list, top 50 watch list for the Softball National Player of the Year. Bradford misses on the 0-2 pitch. Quick throw down to Marcotte from Mullen. Nothing happening, so a 1-2 pitch to the cleanup hitter for USCB. Doubleheader, 4-6 today. Nice weather. 3-game series. And Bradford's pitch goes to the backstop. Morgan Mullen couldn't grab it. Coleman advances to second, so a runner in scoring position. 2 outs and 2 strikes for Freeman. So the first 2 go quietly for Beaufort. And then a flare over shortstop for Coleman. And now a 2-2 count to the cleanup hitter, Mackenzie Freeman. We mentioned Freeman was a senior infielder. And taking a look at my trusty notes, Freeman hitting .296 on the season. She started every game this year. Every game but 1. So my math was a little bit off. 34 games played. She started in 33 of them. So after a brief meeting with Mullen, Bradford deals, and there's a drive to deep left. And caught in foul ground by the left fielder, J.C. Johns. So for Beaufort in the top of the first, no runs, 1 hit, no GSW errors. A runner left on. We go to the bottom of the first. Beaufort 0, GSW coming to bat. Where's the mute button on this? Second baseman Zoe Willis. The third baseman Caitlin Wood. Izzy Marcotte plays first base and bats fifth. Natalia Herrera is the designated player. Haley Panett bats seventh in center field. Morgan Mullen will hit eighth and catch. And J.C. Johns, the right fielder, will bat ninth. So I was confused last inning. It was Singer who made the catch to end the top of the first. I think I said it was J.C. Johns, as they're the corner outfielders. And it'll be Kimmy Singer to lead it off for GSW here in the bottom of the first. Singer been at the leadoff most of the season for GSW. Kimmy hitting .319 on the season. Takes ball one from the Beaufort starter, number 23, Emily Williams, a freshman out of Seneca, South Carolina. Misses ball two to the GSW right fielder. We mentioned Singer hitting .319 this year. Left-handed batter. Kimmy hails from Clearwater, Florida. Only a junior. And right away, the count goes to 3-0. GSW 9-3 in Peach Belt Conference play. Sitting in third place, a half game behind Columbus State. And the number one ranked team in the country, North Georgia, leads the Peach Belt Conference. The 3-0 pitch and a quick walk on four pitches from Willis to the leadoff hitter Singer.
Batting number 7, Lacey Rutledge.
And this will bring up the shortstop for GSW. Number 7, Lacey Rutledge. Rutledge hitting .345, a transfer from Georgia Highlands College, Monticello, Georgia. So back-to-back left-handed hitters for the Hurricanes. Madison Reagan down at first base. We mentioned Coach Levering in her 6th season. Down at third base. Pretty day here at GSW, and Willis gets a called strike. So the first strike of the day for USC Beaufort. We're going to play 2 today, 1 tomorrow, depending on the weather. So we'll go at 4 and 6 today. Got a little early start. The wind blowing straight in today. Typically, it's a hitter's park. Rutledge gets the bunt down, and it's a good one. So Singer moves up to second. Rutledge on the sacrifice. And that's going to set the table for Zoe Willis.
Now batting number 19, Zoe Willis.
The reigning Peach Belt Player of the Year, Zoe Willis, hitting .483 on the season. 14 home runs, 37 RBIs. Zoe from Harris County. And she will also spend some time on the mound. Probably see her in game 2. We mentioned she's a finalist. We mentioned she was a finalist for the Shutt Award, the National Player of the Year in softball, for the 2nd consecutive season. And Willis to Willis. So Willis on the mound. Pitching to Willis at the dish. Zoe hits a bouncer to short. That's going to get under the shortstop's glove. That's going to be an error as Willis moves up to second base. So runners at second and third. Nobody out, or one out, to bring up Caitlin Wood, the third baseman. Wood having another great season, transfer from the University of North Florida.
Now batting number 0, Caitlin Wood.
Wood hitting .457, 8 home runs, 40 RBIs, which leads the Peach Belt Conference. And again, our second Award Watch list nominee, a top 50 honoree, Caitlin Wood. And Wood looking to do some damage with runners at second and third and less than 2 outs. Willis paints the outside corner for strike 1. Caitlin, we mentioned, third baseman, University of North Florida transfer. Played her high school baseball at North Florida Christian in the Panhandle. So not too far up Highway 19 for Caitlin. Swing and a miss there, strike 2. First baseman Izzy Marcotte on deck. And Willis works ahead of the danger as Wood, 0-2. So a called strike and a swinging strike for the Hurricane third baseman. Wood led the Peach Belt Conference in RBIs last year and was a first-team All-Peach Belt selection. Battles there and fouls off a good pitch, an 0-2 pitch from Willis. She wasn't wasting one there. Zoe Willis leads off second. Singer off first. Singer walked, moved to second on Rutledge's sacrifice bunt. Got to third when Zoe Willis reached on an error. So the 0-2 pitch, and Wood drives one to right field, and that's going to be enough to get the run in. So a sacrifice fly, and the Hurricanes take the lead 1-0. Zoe Willis advances to third on the play. So Caitlin Wood does her job. A long fly ball to right field, and the Hurricanes take the lead.
Number 13, Izzy Marcotte.
1-0. So with 2 outs and a runner on third, that's going to bring up the Hurricane first baseman, Izzy Marcotte, a sophomore out of Wichita, Kansas, Georgia Highlands College. Marcotte is a Player of the Week recipient earlier this month. And Marcotte takes strike one. Izzy hitting .330 on the season, 8 home runs and 27 RBIs. A lot of pop in the Hurricane lineup. And looking to extend their 1-0 lead. Outside pitch, did she go? No. So it evens the count at 1-1. USC Beaufort in the top of the first had a flare single, and the runner advanced to second on a wild pitch where she was stranded. And GSW counters in the bottom of the first with 1 across and 2 outs with a runner on third for the Hurricane first baseman. The 1-1 pitch, Marcotte swings through a changeup, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that's going to bring a mound visit early. And the USC Beaufort coach in discussion with the third base umpire. And now meets with the rest of her team inside the circle. So not really sure what the conversation was about. A lot of smiles out there, so it must be okay. And the mound visit is over. So everybody looks happy. And now we'll go back to playing softball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Marcotte. We mentioned from Wichita, Kansas. Not many from outside the states of Georgia or Florida on this team. We have a Maryland catcher, Morgan Mullen from Warwick, Maryland. Marcotte from Kansas. And that's about it. 2 balls and a strike, so we must have missed the call a little bit earlier. I don't think that's really the count, but Marcotte skies one down the right field line. That's going to go foul over the State Farm tent. So we'll do it again. We think the count is 2-1, but we're not really sure. The scoreboard says 1-2. The umpire says 2-1, so we'll go with the umpire. Now it's 2-2 with the foul ball. Willis checks the wristband. Willis on third. Misses high and away, and that's going to run the count full. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to the Hurricane first baseman. Willis toes the rubber, and here's the pitch. High and away for ball 4, so Marcotte with a 2-out walk. And that's going to bring up the designated player, number 23, Natalia Herrera, hitting .242 on the season.
Now batting number 23, Natalia Herrera.
Herrera starting to get a little bit more playing time as the season's gone on. She's seen some action at second base in the outfield and as a designated player. And Natalia, a sophomore from Beaufort, Georgia, also from Georgia Highlands College. So a honeypot in recruiting for Coach Levering. We have Herrera, Rutledge, and Marcotte, all starters, all from Georgia Highlands College. So a fruitful tree for Coach Levering. A called strike to Herrera. Runners on the corners now. For the Hurricane designated player. The 0-1 pitch. Got inside Herrera. She fought it off and flared one over third. It was about 1.5 feet, 2 feet foul. So now Natalia's got a battle with an 0-2 count. So Willa's trying to get out of a jam here. One's in, and she's got 2 strikes on Herrera. The 0-2 pitch. Wow. Beaufort thought they got a called third strike. The umpire disagreed, so good discipline there by Natalia to stay alive. One that close, Natalia better be swinging at this one. Willis gets the signals. Toes the rubber, now checks her wristband, and she's ready to go again. The 1-2 pitch, and Herrera hits it off the first baseman's glove. That's going to be a base hit. And the run's going to score, and now they've got Marcotte in a rundown, and she beats the throw back. So great hustle by Izzy Marcotte. So we got a single for Herrera off the pitcher's glove. And as Marcotte rounded second, she was hung out to dry there. Willis came home to score to give the Canes a 2-0 lead. So runners on first and second now as we reset. Herrera on first with a single. Marcotte advanced to second.
Number 32, Haley Panette.
And Marcotte, who walked, is now on second base. This is going to bring up the center fielder, number 32, Haley Panette. Panette, a 5'8 junior from Rincon, Georgia. Rinkin from South Effingham High School fouls off the first pitch. So Willis working ahead here of most of the Hurricane hitters after issuing a 4-pitch walk to Singer to start things off. For the season, Panette hitting .269, 15 runs batted in, and has started most of the games at center field this year. Willis in a bit of a jam here. Called strike two, so Panette behind 0-2. On the season, Willis, oh, it's Emily Williams, I apologize. So Williams on the season, pitching to a 6.15 ERA and 0-10 record. So I apologize to the Williams family. I've been calling her Willis all afternoon so far. We'll get that changed. Panette rips a single up the middle. Marcotte on the run. She'll beat the throw. And the runner will advance to third. And Panette to second. So a 2-strike, 2-out clutch hit for Haley Panette. Marcotte motoring around from second to score, beat the throw. Herrera advanced to third, and a hustling Haley Panette made her way into second base. And now another mound conference by the USCB Sand Sharks as the Hurricanes extend to a 3-0 lead, and that's going to bring up the catcher, number 28, Morgan Mullen. Mullen, a 5'3 junior, Warwick, Maryland, a transfer from Division I Charleston Southern University. And on the season, Mullen hitting .181, one home run, and it was a big one. It was a walk-off against the University, or not a walk-off, but a top of the seventh go-ahead home run at the University of West Georgia earlier in the season. Had a big weekend last weekend against Young Harris and can continue the Hurricane rally. GSW's opened it up here in the first inning, 3 runs and 4 hits to take a 3-0 lead against the newcomer from the Peach Belt Conference, the USC Beaufort Sand Sharks. Williams misses low for ball 1. 2 runners in scoring position here. Herrera on third, Marcotte on second. Action in the Sand Shark bullpen. As Mullen flies one to left field, and that's going to end the inning. But for GSW in the bottom of the first, 3 runs, 4 hits, no Sand Shark errors, 2 runners left on base. We go to the top of the second. Your score, GSW 3, USCB nothing.
They say college is the best time of your life. But what about what comes next? At Georgia Southwestern State University, you're not just here for the clubs, or the campus, or the dining hall. You're here for small class sizes, affordable programs, and real-world experience. When you come to GSW, you're not just here for college. You're here for your tomorrow. Georgia Southwestern State University. Take tomorrow by storm. Start your journey at gsw.edu.
Game 86 in the third innings pitch, 61 hits. Opponents hitting 199 against the right-hander. Only a sophomore So a lot of good action coming in the future for Savannah Bradford. We mentioned she's been a 2-time recipient this year of the Peach Belt Conference Pitcher of the Week. Beaufort will start their half of the second inning, the top of the second, with the sophomore catcher, Addie Reynolds.
Addie Reynolds.
Reynolds, same place as Pinette, Effingham County High School, although I believe Haley was South Effingham County, and that's true. So rivals in high school, rivals in the Peach Belt Conference. So Reynolds against Bradford. Bradford again working quickly ahead with a first pitch strike. Savannah pitched last year at Gulf Coast Community College as the wind picks up. Misses upstairs, ball one. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Joined by injured pitcher Reagan Lee. Hello, Reagan. How are you? Reagan will be running the scoreboard today. I think it's 1-1, guys. And there's a single to right field for Reynolds. So a leadoff single for the Sand Sharks. They're down 3-0 here in the top of the second.
Now batting number 12, Ashlyn Alt.
Now up to the plate for USCB, Ashlyn Alte. First pitch swinging. Bradford knocks it down, gets the runner at second for 1. Couldn't turn the double play, but a good job by Lacey Rutledge and Bradford to get the lead runner. So 1 out here in the top of the second, and that's going to bring up number 33, freshman Chloe Turner, also from Effingham, Georgia.
33, Chloe Turner.
Effingham, South Effingham High School. So same place as Haley Pinette. Called strike 1 there for Bradford. Mullen calling the pitches here today. Pop up to Marcotte. And 2 quick outs here after a leadoff single. And that's going to bring up Amber Lacosto. Lacosto
Amber Lacosto
from Mooresville, North Carolina. So a little bit of Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina flair for the Sand Sharks. Again, their first year in the Peach Belt. Bradford throwing a lot of first pitch strikes. And she works ahead 0-1. Playing 2 today. 4 and 6, the beginning of a 3-game set for newcomer to the Peach Belt Conference, South Carolina Beaufort. Bradford misses upstairs for ball 1. Sierra Kinlaw continues to warm in the Beaufort bullpen. Bradford rocks and deals, misses away. 2 balls and a strike. Wind blowing a little bit it was blowing straight in from center field a little bit earlier. Now more of a right to left wind and overcast. Bradford comes in and drills Lacosto. So runners on first and second with 2 outs. So 2 straight innings. Beaufort's got a runner in scoring position. And that's going to bring up number 3, Harley Walker. Walker from Spring Hill, Kansas. Johnson County Community College. So each team with a little Kansas flair. Marcotte from Wichita for GSW. And I got to be honest, I don't know where Spring Hill, Kansas is. But I'm sure it's a lovely place, Reagan. Bradford again ahead 0-1. Got a lot of help in the booth today. I'm the Director of Athletics, Mike Leader, joining you as Bradford goes to 0-2. Our regular play-by-play guy, Sean Madden, handling the controls today with the live stats, the video camera work, a lot of things going on as Keith Micklig, the Assistant Athletic Director for Media Relations, is on assignment. So he will not be here for Game 1. So you're stuck with me, Sean, for Game 1. Whether the fans like it or not, that's all they're going to get. You get what you pay for, right? Walker fouled the 0-2 pitch back. Interesting the way Beaufort stands on first and leads off the bases. Bradford misses a little bit high, and now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. They get down in a crouch, and their knee actually gets on the ground, like a sprinter's stance. Bradford misses again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. GSW leading 3-0. 3 runs in the bottom half of the first to take the lead. And now Bradford in a little bit of a jam here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Deuce is wild, and Bradford gets her chasing. So for Beaufort, in the top of the second, no runs, a hit. No GSW errors, 2 left on base for Beaufort. We go to the bottom of the second. Your score remains GSW 3, USC Beaufort nothing. You're listening to Hurricane Softball on the Peach Belt Conference Sports Network.
Buy an Immune Builder smoothie. With 800% of your daily vitamin C, it's just what you need to rule the day.
Game 1 of a doubleheader here between GSW and South Carolina Beaufort.
Now batting for the Hurricanes,
And leading off the bottom of the second,
J.C. Johns.
J.C. Johns. J.C. hitting .250 on the season. From Hayhira, Georgia, Lowndes County High School. So J.C. just a junior. She's played a lot of softball here for GSW. And the Hurricane right fielder steps in against Williams. Williams misses outside for ball 1. We flip the order after Johns. Singer will be back up. So Williams toes the rubber. The 0-1, or the 1-0 in there for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. JC gets on base. She's a threat to steal. The 1-1 pitch. Misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. The Sand Sharks moving up from NAI, much like Georgia Southwestern did back in 2006. And the slow improvement, steady improvement under Nikki Levering as Johns hits one to left field, and a nice running catch out there by the Sand Sharks. Retires Johns for out number 1.
Left fielder number 22, Kimmy Singer.
It's going to bring up Kimmy Singer. Singer walked and scored back in the first inning on Caitlin Wood's sacrifice fly, plating the Hurricanes' first run. So GSW made the move from NAI to Division II as Williams misses ball 1 back in the fall of 2006, 17 years ago. And now GSW sitting at 26-8 in softball, 9-3 in the league. So the transition was a bumpy one, but GSW has navigated those waters, and now USC Beaufort following in the footsteps. Upstairs and in for ball 2. A lot of changes since the Hurricanes made the jump. Renovated locker room for softball, indoor hitting facility. A lot of structural improvements. Coach Levering and Madison Reagan continue to recruit at an elite level. And the wins have followed. Singer ahead in the count 2-1. Williams fires, misses upstairs. So Singer looking for her second walk of the day. Kimmy leads the team with 16 stolen bases. Has only been caught once. So Williams doesn't want to walk Singer here. She might walk a double. The 3-1 pitch. In there for strike 2. Singer didn't think so. Umpires usually don't like that one, so Kimmy might want to swing at anything close here. 3-person crew, 3-man crew for Peach Belt Conference play. They'll be here all weekend, folks. Singer slaps the 3-2 pitch just foul. Coach Levering not in the mood to field a grounder. Coach was a catcher back in her playing days and doesn't feel like crouching down to get the ball. Coach Levering's daughters, Cameron and Alex, at the games today. Down in right field under the State Farm tent. Cheering Mom on. The 3-2 pitch. Singer grounds one in the hole. That's going to be a base hit. No way the shortstop would have made that play. So Singer aboard with the base hit.
Number 7, Lacey Rutledge.
And that's going to bring up the shortstop, Rutledge. Lacey with a great sacrifice bunt back in the first. I guess they scored that one in error. Tough scorer, Reagan Lee. Wow. Okay. Hey, you got to, I'm not arguing. Singer, safe. What'd you think, Reagan? You think she was safe? Reagan thinks she was safe. So the 17th steal on the season for Kimmy Singer. I think Rutledge took strike one there. So Lacey with the sacrifice bunt back in the first. She's going to get a chance to swing away here and drive in a run. GSW 3, Beaufort nothing early on in game one. Williams paints the corner there for strike two. No balls and 2 strikes to the Hurricane shortstop. Rutledge digs in. 3 straight lefties, John, Singer, and now Rutledge. With the dangerous Zoe Willis up next. So Willis should get a chance to bat with a runner in scoring position. Rutledge trying to battle back here from an 0-2 hole. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Williams rocks and deals, and Rutledge fouls it into the bullpen. USC Beaufort, I would imagine, was about a 4-hour drive. No? Further? Oh, it's a long drive, yes. The ball gets away from the catcher, and that's going to move Singer up from second to third. In baseball, you would say she moved up or he moved up 90 feet. I don't know how far apart the bases are. 60. So Reagan has informed us that it's 60 feet. So Singer moves up 60 feet from second to third on the wild pitch, and now Rutledge bats with a runner on third and less than 2 outs on a 2-2 pitch. And Lacey skies one foul. That's going to get out of play on top of the Beaufort dugout and into the trees. So one of the softball players will have to run into the ferns over there to get the foul ball. So we'll do it again, the 2-2 pitch. Williams gets the sign from her head coach. And here we go. Ooh, Rutledge lines one off. Rutledge lined it off the pitcher, Williams. I think she's going to be okay. The trainer will come take a look. That was a line shot. Looked like right off of her thigh or upper thigh. So a base hit for Rutledge. Reagan's a pretty tough judge. I think that's a hit. I think he'd be error there. Okay, Reagan agrees it's a hit. So the official scorer gives her a hit and an RBI. So Lacey Rutledge with the RBI. Singer scores from third. So they're trying to check and make sure that Williams is okay. She was walking around okay. It was a line shot by Rutledge. Williams took it right off the thigh. A little Mambo number 5 in the background. Lou Vega. We didn't get much of it though, Sean. That would have been a good song to listen to. It's going to bring up Zoe Willis. Second baseman Zoe Willis. Probably be inside the circle for game 2. Willis comes to the plate with Rutledge on first base and Wood on deck. So the dangerous part of the Hurricane lineup already up 4-0. And Beaufort's got to stop the bleeding here. Pitch right down the middle, strike one. So Williams works ahead of the reigning Peach Belt Conference Player of the Year, Zoe Willis, the first female athlete to be recognized as a Player of the Year. On the men's side, Vincent Norman and Phillip Brown, Players of the Year, in addition to a couple of Pitchers of the Year, as Willis lines one into right center. And Rutledge on her horse is going to get to third. So a little first and third here as Willis went the other way and hit a line shot into right center. So that's going to bring up Caitlin Wood.
Now batting number 0, Caitlin Wood.
So runners at the corners here. Willis on first, Rutledge on third. Consecutive singles. And GSW threatening to blow this wide open with one out. We mentioned to finish up the accolades, Tucker Smith, Jared Donaldson, both Peach Belt Conference Pitchers of the Year. So 4 males have been honored as Players of the Year. And now Zoe Willis is the Peach Belt Player of the Year last year. Nice off-speed pitch for strike one. Nothing Wood could do there. Good pitch by Williams. The transition can be a challenge going from NAI to Division II. Beaufort with the solid foundation. Quinn Moynihan, the athletic director. Fastball in there, Wood late, and it fouls it back. So 0-2 to Caitlin Wood. Came back this year to use her COVID year, and she's made the most of it. Already a graduate. She's in graduate school, working on her master's in business. Coach Levering always emphasizing the academics, and GSW softball always one of the team leaders in GPA. The 0-2 pitch outside, Wood goes the other way and fouls it off. Count remains 0-2. Marcotte's on deck. She singled and walked and scored back in the first. The 0-2 pitch from Williams. Wood swings and fouls it off. I thought she swung and missed, but she tipped it. So we'll keep it at 0-2. Caitlin played her freshman year at the University of North Florida. Transferred in just as the GSW softball team started their slow, steady rise in the standings. School record 30-plus wins last year. And certainly trending that way this year. The 0-2 pitch. Wood rockets to right center. That's going to get to the fence. Willis is moving. She may score. Coach Levering holds her up, and Caitlin Wood doubles to right center. So Wood and Willis hit it to the identical spot. And Wood's double plates Rutledge. Willis moves to third. Marcotte comes to the plate.
Now batting number 13, Izzy Marcotte.
And GSW is up 5-0. So Marcotte looking to do some more damage with runners in scoring position and less than 2 outs. And she was swinging for the fences there. I think Izzy was going to swing no matter what. More action in the Beaufort bullpen. The 0-1 pitch. Off-speed pitch misses low. Evens the count at 1-1. Down in the bullpen, Caitlin Toole, senior right-hander out of Chapin, South Carolina, begins to loosen. Williams with a level count of 1-1 to Marcotte. And Marcotte yanks one foul and out of play. Pinette's on deck. Overcast day. Started off sunny. It's turned cloudy and breezy. Good crowd here for game one. First of 2, and then we'll finish the series tomorrow. Marcotte skies one to center field. This will score a run for sure. Wood fakes like she's going to third. And a sacrifice fly for Izzy Marcotte. And GSW extends their lead to 6-0.
Now batting number 23, Natalia Herrera.
Oh, I said Pinette was on deck. It's actually the designated player, Natalia Herrera. Herrera singled off the pitcher back in the first. Coach Levering a little concerned today about, with Natalia playing, who was going to handle the lights if somebody homered her after the game. So we're had a lot of action on that. There's a pop fly, and it's going to get down. Wood's going to come all the way around to score, and there's a base hit over the shortstop, running out. The left fielder coming in A little confusion, but Herrera gets her second hit of the afternoon. And that increases the lead, the Hurricane lead, to 7-0. Now Pinette's at the plate. Pinette with the clutch base hit back in the first with 2 outs. She's got a chance to do it again. So GSW off to a good start, 7-0. Williams comes in for strike one. So always interesting with the doubleheader, as the baseball has kind of gotten away from doubleheaders as Pinette fouls strike two back. It'll be interesting to ask some of the players in the pen, what's for dinner in between games? What's the, last week it was Subway. What's the, Reagan smells barbecue. It looked like barbecue, so we have a smell and a look like barbecue in between games for the players. So very exciting for in between games. As the 0-2 pitch gets away, Herrera moves up 60 feet to second base. And now another runner in scoring position for Pinette, who singled in a run with 2 outs last inning. Let's see if she can repeat the magic here in the second. Action continues in the Beaufort bullpen. The 1-2 pitch, Williams fires upstairs, 2-2. They check. Nothing happening. Morgan Mullen on deck. GSW 7 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. Beaufort no runs, 2 hits, and 3 errors as we're in the second. The 2-2 pitch. Good job by Haley Pinette fighting it off on an inside pitch. Too close to take. Difficult ball to hit, but she fought it off, and she'll live it to tell another story here with 2 strikes. Some of the baseball players hovering out in the outfield. I saw Coach Bender roaming around as well. They start a 3-game set with Barry University out of Miami tomorrow. Great change up there. Pinette way out in front, caught on the swing for the 3rd strike. But for GSW, 4 more came across. So we go to the top of the 3rd. Your score now, GSW 7, USC Beaufort nothing. You're listening to Hurricane Softball on the Peach Bell Conference Sports Network.
EMC's core job is keeping the lights on, but our passion is serving our members. Because we're a co-op, our purpose is to enrich our members' lives. Educating and supporting our youth is the best way for us to invest in a prosperous future. As a local business, we're proud of our role in helping bring good things to our community and fulfilling another cooperative principle, concern for community. One thing remains constant at Sumter EMC. We're always working together for the members and communities we serve.
Peach Bell Conference foe, South Carolina Beaufort 7-0 as we go to the 3rd.
Now batting number 6, Tamaya Whitlock.
And that's going to bring up Tamaya Whitlock for USC Beaufort. For the Sand Sharks, Whitlock, a freshman, Summerville, South Carolina. The left-hander takes a look at the GSW starter, Savannah Bradford. Bradford misses low for ball 1. A lot of high school flavor here for the Sand Sharks. And Whitlock takes for strike 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Tamaya squares the bunch. He gets one down. It's a good one. Bradford over to Willis. Good play because Whitlock got a good bunt down. So a nice play, fielding her position by Savannah Bradford. Willis covering. And that's the first out.
Now batting number 4, Darren Miller.
for the Sand Sharks. Darren Miller, a sophomore outfielder from Oviedo. Haggerty High School, first pitch swinging, grounds one to Willis. Willis to Marcotte. 2 quick outs for the Sand Sharks here in the third. We mentioned the play that Bradford and Willis combined on the bunt.
Number 13, J.C. Coleman.
GSW amongst the league leaders in fielding percentage. Coach Levering always putting a premium on fielding. And J.C. Coleman, also from Effingham County High School, comes to the plate with 2 outs. Squared to bunt, but took ball 1. Bradford working quickly. The 1-0. Coleman takes a strike, so 1 ball and 1 strike. Fans starting to move around. It was a late change with the weather. GSW hosted the Special Olympics of Southwest Georgia today. And an easy pop-up for Rutledge, so a quick 1-2-3 for Bradford. For USC Beaufort, no runs, no hits, no GSW errors, no runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. Your score remains GSW 7, South Carolina Beaufort nothing.
All right, everyone, let's hit the road.
Mom, who's this?
Oh, that's Michelle. She's our Alpha agent. She helped me file that auto claim fast after that accident last week, so I figured we'd bring her with us.
Breakfast burrito?
All right, 200 miles before we stop. I hope you've all used the bathroom. Michelle, you good?
Call Alpha agent Kevin Brown and Americus for a quote today.
Order. Mullen, Johns, and Singer.
Now batting number
Here.
28, Morgan Mullen.
Mullen flew out to left field in her first at-bat. We mentioned GSW student-athletes in the School of Education hosted the Special Olympics of Southwest Georgia today. And first time we've done it since COVID, so always excited to get those athletes on campus. A good time was had by all for a great cause. I think the battery got crossed up there, but ball 1 there from Williams. We mentioned Beaufort has not won a home game yet this year. 0-13 away from their campus. Ball 2 as Williams misses. 9-25 overall. And again, much like GSW nearly 2 decades ago, Beaufort will start to get their feet wet, find their footing, and work their way up the Peach Belt ladder. The 2-0 pitch. Mullen swings and misses for strike 1. Very excited to add Beaufort, another South Carolina school. Joining Lander and South Carolina Aiken for the trio of South Carolina schools. Williams misses low. 3 balls and a strike to the Hurricane catcher. Beaufort will be starting basketball next year. They've hired their coaches, and we'll tip it up next year in November. And that's going to miss for ball 4. So a leadoff walk for Mullen, and that's going to bring up J.C. Johns.
Now batting number 1, J.C. Johns.
I believe Coach Levering's going to go with a pinch runner here for Mullen. She turns, and it's going to be Bailey Christian. So welcome to the action, Bailey Christian. Christian, a junior from Jackson, Georgia. Nursing major here at GSW. And one of the jewels of the GSW athletic department. Always great with the community service, fantastic in the classroom. It has some speed on the bases. Also pitched in, we got shorthanded in cross country. She's run cross country for us. We'll see with Reagan's injury if she wants to run cross country next year. She doesn't seem too interested, so there will be no cross country running from the Hurricane right-hander.
Number 22, Kimmy Singer.
Johns gets down a great sacrifice bunt, moves Christian over to second. Morgan Mullen walked, and pinch runner Bailey Christian goes to second. And now the Hurricane top of the order comes up. And it's going to be Kimmy Singer. So Christian on second. Singer to the dish in a 7-0 game. Williams misses outside for ball one. You know, Mackenzie ran cross country. Mackenzie should be recruiting for the cross country team. That's right, Kimmy ran. We have multiple dual sport athletes on the softball team. Slow grounder between the shortstop's legs. Christian on the move. She's going to beat the throw home. Singer to second on the error. So a grounder to short got between the legs of the shortstop for Beaufort.
Now batting number 7, Lacey Rutledge.
And that allowed Christian to beat the throw home. And Singer and Christian just traded places. So Rutledge to the plate, 1 out, runner on second. And Lacey singled in her last at-bat, takes strike 1. Lacey steady as a rocket short, one of the best fielding shortstops in the Peach Bell Conference. Also a fantastic left-handed hitter. So Rutledge has settled into the 2-hole. Williams misses outside. 1 ball and a strike. The run rule in effect after 5 innings of GSW. Leads by 8 runs. The game will be over. So we are at the threshold now and still doing damage. So Rutledge grounds one off the pitcher. No way they get her. So Rutledge beats the throw. Reagan Lee scores that. A error. Wow.
Now batting number 19.
Are you going to be a teacher? What's your major?
Nursing.
No. If you're going to teach her, you'd be a hard grader. So Reagan, Reagan says if it touches the glove, it's got to be caught. So we'll go with Reagan. So first and third now for Willis and Wood to follow. So Beaufort in a little bit of trouble here. The off-speed pitch misses high for ball 1. Willis had a line shot to right center. Came around to score on Wood's double. Back in the second. Oh boy, you could forget about that one. That is a mash by the Hurricanes second baseman. So Zoe Willis with her 15th home run of the year, and that was a no-doubter. Willis hits one over the trees beyond left field, and the 3-run homer makes it 11-0. So Williams left it out there, and Willis left no doubt as to where that one was going. So GSW extends the lead to 11-0 on a tape measure home run by the Hurricanes second baseman.
Now batting number 0, Caitlin Wood.
And that's going to bring up Caitlin Wood. I'm sure we'll see that one on Twitter later on tonight. Mound meeting here for Beaufort. And GSW's line score, 3 runs in the first, 4 in the second, and already 4 here in the third. And the center field stands start to fill up a little bit. And it's tough on Beaufort. It looks like we're looking at a 5-inning game 1 here. But GSW not done yet. Williams to Wood. Off-speed pitch in there for strike 1. What are they saying? What's that guy saying? That's what the guy's saying down there? Oh, I thought they were. Yeah. Yes. So the baseball team riding the Beaufort outfielders. As it's 11-0 here in the third inning. Caitlin Wood with a 1-1 pitch. Lines one down the right field line, but it's foul. GSW baseball team makes appearances at the basketball games and now at the softball games with the day off today with a 3-game set with Barry University tomorrow. So coming out and supporting the GSW softball team. And they are a vocal bunch. And we're certainly appreciative of their work to provide a great game day atmosphere. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on. Willis cleared the bases with a tape measure home run 1 batter ago. So 2-2 to Wood. Marcotte on deck. And Wood lines another one to right center. That's going to get to the wall. And Caitlin Wood's got to go. And that's her second double of the afternoon. So Caitlin Wood with doubles and back-to-back plate appearances for her.
Now batting number 13, Izzy Marcotte.
It's going to bring up Izzy Marcotte. Marcotte, first baseman. Williams still battling on the bump for USCB. 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Good off-speed pitch there for strike 1. GSW looking to add to their advantage. Wood on second base. The 0-1 pitch. Marcotte skies one to deep left field, and center fielder will make the catch in left center. Wood fakes the run, and she stays right there. So Marcotte gave it a ride to the warning track, but the center fielder ran it down in left center for the second out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Natalia Herrera.
Natalia Herrera.
Herrera 2 for 2 on the day, 2 singles for the utility player. Transfer from Highlands. So Natalia looking for her 3rd hit of the day. Takes inside for ball 1. Mark Panette on deck. Williams gets the sign. She rocks and deals. Off-speed stuff a little bit high. She's got a very nice changeup. GSW 11 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Beaufort no runs, 2 hits, 5 errors here in game 1 today. GSW looking to maintain their standings in the lead. Herrera swings that one above her shoulders, fouls it into the just left of the bullpen out there. Exciting times here at GSW. The baseball team off to a 12-6 start in conference play. Women's basketball fresh off of their Sweet 16 performance. And the men's golf team continues to be ranked in the top 10 in the country. Herrera pulls another one foul to even the count at 2-2. And the softball team, as we mentioned, 26-8 overall, 9-3 in Peach Belt play, and trending towards a 10th win here in game 1. The 2-2 pitch. Herrera fights it off. So Natalia will do the 2-2 pitch again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the Hurricane half of the 3rd. And Herrera fights it off again. The 2-2 pitch. Herrera rinds one up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. Wood had to get out of the way of the ball, or she may have scored. So Herrera with her 3rd consecutive single. A line shot up the middle. And that's going to keep him on the corners with 2 outs for Panette, and we may have a pitching change. And the coach tells all the players to stay away from the circle, so maybe not a pitching change. First time we've seen USC Beaufort come through, so I'm not sure if that's the pitching coach or the head coach. The head coach in her second season, Cody Yeski. Her pitching coach is Allison Owen. So it was just a mound visit.
Now batting number 32, Haley Finette.
And that's going to bring up Panette. The center fielder. Looking to do some more damage. We're at 11. Get to an even dozen with a base hit here. So the Hurricane center fielder steps in. Williams rocks and deals. And Panette didn't mean to do it, fouled it off anyway. No balls and a strike. Williams continues to battle, working ahead here with one strike in the home half of the third. Misses low and away, and that's going to bring Wood all the way home. And Herrera is going to try for third and make it. So a wild pitch lets Wood score. Herrera goes from first to third. And that's the Hurricanes' 12th run of the game. So it was a ball to even the count at 1-1. It got away from the catcher, Addie Reynolds. Wood scampered home from third. Herrera hustled from first to third on the errant pitch. So a 1-1 count to the Hurricane center fielder. Panette, nice play at third across the diamond. That's going to end it, but GSW picks up 5 runs in the home half of the third. So GSW's gone 3, 4, 5 across the innings. We go to the top of the fourth. Your score, GSW 12, USC Beaufort nothing. You're listening to Hurricane Softball on the Peach Bell Conference Sports Network. I've got to use the little boys' room, Sean.
Now batting number 15, Mackenzie Freeman.
I was ready to say it too. What you talking about?
I loved that. What's he talking about, Willis? It's pretty good.
I have my moments.
I love the enthusiasm.
I know.
It's very good.
We went through the entire lineup almost every
Well, no,
inning.
because Morgan would have been the first batter, so almost the entire.
Yeah.
So.
So a great play in left field
Now batting number 7, Addie Reynolds.
by Kimmy Singer. Had to step away from the microphone there for a second. I did see some hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill, Reagan, so your scent was accurate. A little barbecue out there. So foul ball there for strike one. GSW 12, Beaufort nothing. Top of the fourth, Lady Hurricane Field. GSW looking to go to 10-3 in league play, 27-8 overall. Singer giving chase, but it's going to go into the Hurricane bullpen. So no balls and 2 strikes. Savannah Bradford looking for her, I believe, 11th win. Let me double check that. Probably should have checked before I spoke. Bradford already with 11 wins. Looking for a team leading 12th. Tied on the team was Zoe Willis. So Willis, in addition to her hitting prowess, also 11-2 on the mound. So the 1-2 pitch from Bradford fouled off, and we'll do it again. So Savannah lowering that ERA. She came in today with an earned run average of 2.11, and she's not doing anything to hurt it. A really nice strikeout to walk ratio. 21 walks, 82 strikeouts coming into the game, so almost a 4-to-1 ratio. As Reynolds continues to fight, fouls another one off, so it's 3 fouls this at bat beyond the third base line. Beaufort came down to play baseball this year as well in their first year of the Peach Belt, so GSW will be making several return trips next year. And there's a line shot up the middle. I mentioned that Rutledge could field it. That's a heck of a play, but no chance to get Reynolds. But a diving play to the glove side for the Hurricane shortstop. And she couldn't quite get to the feet and get enough mustard on the throw. And an infield single
Now batting number 12
for Reynolds.
Alty.
So Reagan Lee does not score that one in error. So she does have a little bit of a heart over there at the scorer's tent. Bradford misses outside for ball 1. So Beaufort's had runners on in the first, second, and now fourth innings, but haven't been able to play to run yet. Bradford throws the fastball by Alte for strike 1. Alte. Good eye there. Outside, ball 2. 2-1. So a nice play out left by Singer to start the fourth. An infield single for Reynolds. And now Alte has a 2-1 advantage. And Bradford misses upstairs. 3 balls and a strike. So sometimes a tendency to let the foot off the gas with such a big lead. So we'll see if Savannah can battle back from a 3-1 count here. She rocks and deals, and Alte fouls it over the first base dugout and onto the street. I hope the food's good in between games. I'm hungry. Reagan's hungry. Everybody's hungry. Sean, are you hungry?
I can eat.
Yes. Bradford misses high and away for ball 4, so back-to-back base runners for the Sand Sharks here in the fourth.
Now batting number 33, Chloe Turner.
And I think we're going to have a pinch runner for Alte. Coach Yeski is going to pinch run Taylor Van House. No, correction. Van House is going to go to second, running for the catcher Reynolds.
Pinch running at second base, number 1, Taylor Van House.
From Appling, Georgia, Briarwood Academy. So some speed out there on second base. Chloe Turner steps to the dish. Bradford misses away, and the strike zone is shrunk on the sophomore right-hander. Now Morgan Mullen's going to go walk and have a few words for the Hurricane hurler. Good crowd still filing in. Seeing some gold out there. So the mound visit's over. Mullins said her piece to Bradford. And now Beaufort looking to push across a run here in the top of the fourth. The 1-0 pitch. Bradford misses inside, and she's gone a little bit wild here in the top half of the fourth inning. We mentioned the run rule was in effect, so 8 after 5 for GSW, and there's a called strike. 2 balls and a strike. Bradford fires. There's a drive into right center. Panette camps under it, makes the catch. There's the tag. Panette's throw gets away, and Bradford backing up. The runners advance to second and third, respectively. So 2 outs, runners at second and third here.
Now batting number 2, Amber Lacasto.
So Lacasto comes up, looking for a 2-out hit to plate the first Sand Shark run. We'll see if Bradford can work her way out of a little jam here in the second. She's got 12 runs to work with, so not too much of a jam, but maybe some in-game pressure for Savannah as she fires a fastball for strike 1 past Lacasto. Sand Sharks' biggest threat of the afternoon, second and third here with 2 outs. Hopefully Keith Micklig will be back for game 2. Bradford gets the called strike 2, so it's 0-2 on Lacasto. The 0-2. Lacasto was way out in front of that one and fouls it into the net over by third base. Got some people's attention over there at third base. We'll do it again, the 0-2. A little bloop to Willis, and she makes the catch. So that's going to do it for the Sand Sharks in the fourth inning. No runs, 1 hit, no GSW errors, 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Your score remains GSW 12, Beaufort nothing. You're listening to Hurricane Softball on the Peach Bell Conference Sports Network. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. Morgan Mullen, the catcher, will lead things off. Mullen took a 4-pitch walk her last appearance. It came around to score. Williams' first pitch in there for strike 1. So if Bradford can get Beaufort out next inning at the top half, the game will end in 4.5 innings due to the run rule. So this may be GSW's last plate appearance of the Game 1 doubleheader. So we missed low and inside for 1 ball and 1 strike. Inside, 2 balls and a strike. So 2 balls and a strike to the Hurricane catcher. Upstairs and away, 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike. In there for strike 2, so the count runs full. Mullen fights it off, a grounder to first, and that's going to retire the GSW catcher on a ground ball to first base. So Williams gets the first out here in the bottom of the fourth, and that's going to bring up a pinch hitter.
Pinch hitting for the Hurricanes.
GSW.
30, Ansley Duffy.
Ansley Duffy will pinch hit. Duffy, a junior out of Newman, Georgia, East Coweta High School. Taking a look at Ansley's numbers for the year. 273, 4 home runs and 15 RBIs for Duffy. Williams, first pitch looking by Duffy for strike one. Second pitch upstairs and away, no balls and a strike. I'm sorry, 1 ball, 1 strike now. Upstairs and away, 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and 1 strike. Inside ball 3. No, he didn't. 3 balls and 1 strike. Duffy fouls one off. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Duffy fouls the 3-2 pitch. And Ansley Duffy joins the home run parade. So a 3-2 pitch, Duffy didn't miss it, and that extends the Hurricane lead to a lucky 13. 13-0 here in the bottom of the fourth, a pinch hit home run for Duffy. And Duffy stepped in as a pinch hitter. She does a lot of catching for us, and
now batting number 22, Kimmy Singer.
so Singer steps to the plate. And Singer with the grounder. This might be trouble, and Singer couldn't beat it out. So 2 outs in a 13-0 game.
Now batting number 7, Lacey Rutledge.
So GSW with a 13-0 lead here in the bottom of the fourth. And Rutledge skies one to center, and that'll end it. So a run on Ansley Duffy's homer to make it 13-0. So if Bradford gets out of the fifth, the top half of the fifth, the first game will be over, and GSW will improve to 10-3 in Peach Bell Conference play. We'll be back. You're listening to Hurricane Softball on the Peach Bell Conference Sports Network.
Belts and hoses, not X and O's. I do O2 sensors, but not defenses. Yeah, I make a right call to keep your car in the game. Don't even need a playbook, it's all in my brain. Fuel injectors, alternators, radiators too. It's who I am, it's what I do. Never know how. Never know how.
At Zaxby's, there's nothing better than hand-breaded chicken, unless it's hand-breaded chicken with sauce. From sweet to savory, mild to wild, even that world-famous Zax sauce. Whatever you're craving, we've got the sauce at Zaxby's.
No, they're not making him leave. They're just... So as GSW's Savannah Bradford looks to wrap up the shutout. First pitch just misses. Second pitch in there for a strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Bradford looking for the shutout. She's given up 3 hits. And a swinging strike, too. Take off about 45 minutes, I guess, in between games, 30 minutes. So first pitch of game 2 should be around 6 o'clock-ish. And there's a drive to Singer. And she makes the easy play, taking a step back to her left, her right. So 1 out.
Tamaya Whitlock.
Here in the top half of the 5th. So Beaufort down to their last 2 outs. Whitfield fouls one past the, or beyond the dugout or bullpen out there and over third base. So GSW will go to 10-3 after they get 2 more outs as Whitfield, oh, 1 hopper to Willis, 2 outs.
Now batting number 4, Darren Miller.
And Miller is the last chance for Beaufort here in game 1. So the Sand Sharks still looking for their first win away from Beaufort, South Carolina, and will not get it in game 1. Bradford takes it, throws over, and that'll do it. Your final score in game 1, GSW 13, Beaufort 0. Improved with the win, GSW improves to 27-8 overall, 10-3 in Peach Bell Conference play. We'll bring you the second game in about 45 minutes. You're listening to GSW Hurricane Softball on the Peach Bell Sports Network.